We're in a prison. Welcome to prison planet hell and hell realm. Stress, slaving. It's a zoo surrounded by gates and securities and governments and police watching your ass so you don't do shit. Take shortcuts to make your life more bearable, lest they throw your ass in prison. It's a fucking zoo, this life, you know what I mean? All these rules and shit. The fuck, who can live like this? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, life in its natural form. Restlessness, boredom, anxiety, and depression. Which, for me personally, but this is just what I observe. Not just subject, but objective. Which is all forms of suffering, which stems from extreme loneliness, the loneliness demon that's coming for you. But yeah, so this dilemma that we're in, we kind of like fucked, you know what I mean? Because I cannot deny. I see this. I see what this reality is. It's physical and it's alive. Once I realized, holy fuck, what this entity told me. And hold on, NPC. Yeah, so yeah, I cannot explain to you in words actually what I see, because it's not that I see it with my physical eyes. I see it in imagery, telepathically, with my mind's eye. It's just like an image. It's just a knowing. It's like I can see it with my physical eyes, this reality, but I observe it in a different perspective, from a way different perspective than most people in this world. I don't view this world as a benign creation at all. It's extremely evil. It's an abomination. It's like everything, even the ground that I'm walking on in a physical sense. Once I realized, holy fuck, this being is this reality. It is physical matter. Meaning physical matter is consciousness. And consciousness is physical matter. Jesus. It's everywhere. That's why I imagine myself, like I said, my inner dialogue, right, is more clear than what I can actually portray using this fucking matrix language. You know what I mean? The stupid language, because this language is part of the programming of this world. But so I can imagine something more clear with my mind than what I actually observe with my physical eyes. My imagination is more clear than what I can actually see. Isn't that like fucking weird? I don't know. Does that make me normal, or does that make me crazy? I cannot explain to you exactly what I see, but this is what I see now. And it's physical matter. It's everywhere. It's the eyes. It's like it's looking at itself, because we are part of it. We are it. But you're not aware that you are part of this beast. And we are the bottom part, the tail section, and it's eating us from the inside out. It's literally eating our flesh. God is eating our flesh from the inside out. Not from the outward inward, from inward outward. What do I mean? Okay, now let me explain. Not a video. I want to talk about these things because obviously no one's gonna fucking understand what I'm saying in person. You guys hardly understand what I'm saying. It was maybe too hard to accept. But yeah, so what I say. Let me get my thoughts out here. Okay, so God is eating us, right? From the inside out. Okay, when you look at this reality, everything is physical. Okay, once your eyes so-called get opened or get Once you become conscious, you know what I mean? You think it's a soul trap because you realize, fuck, yeah, I'm in some sort of prison. I've been lied to. Everything, this whole reality is one big lie. Everyone has been lied to. Religion is fucked. New Age. Actually, the only right thing I got about New Age is non-duality, but it's definitely not love and light. Definitely not. You know what I mean? It's not science. We didn't evolve from monkeys. We got created by something. Our asses were put here, and it feels like a prison once you become conscious, because the fillers fall off of your eyes. And we are being farmed by these creator entities, aka aliens, if you will. They are farming us, meaning we are not top of the food chain. It's not they specifically that are eating us. It is source consciousness, which is the fabric of reality itself. It's like every piece of physical matter, even the ground you're walking on, it's got eyes. I see eyes everywhere I look. The air's got eyes. It's got awareness. The air that you breathe has got awareness. It's eyes. The moon, the sun has got eyes. The cloud, the trees, the grass, everything. The clothing in your body has got eyes. Everything has got eyes, because it's one being. It's the only being that exists. Nothing outside of it exists. It is physical matter. Physical matter equals consciousness, and consciousness equals physical matter. Seeing that source consciousness is fundamental. Not human animal consciousness, because we are being eaten. We are mortals. Source consciousness and these creator entities are immortal. But we are being used as livestock. So God is basically distracting himself from boredom through life and death cycles, using his livestock as cattle, which you and I are. We are the cattle for God, and he's eating us from within. Okay, so let me not get off track. Let me go back to, let me explain. Okay, God is eating our cells. Okay, so God is eating his own consciousness from the bottom part upwards, from within. So think about this, like when you're born, the baby is formed from a microscopic level. It starts off microscopic, and then it becomes more macro. So nothing is created from the macro inwards towards the micro, but it starts off as micro on a quantum level. Because like I said, the Ouroboros, the puppet master, or God, the one, the I am, the all that is, the Shiva, Brahman, you know what I mean, is reality itself. Everything that, all the livestock, all the people, all the animals, all the bugs, everything that's breathing and it's got a mouth and an anus are the livestock being created from within. It's like, you can see it starts off as a fetus, small as hell. It's like, wow, there was nothing there, now there's something. It started off from one single cell that you cannot even see with your eyes, because it's on a microscopic level, and it starts off, it just appears. It's like this reality implants that cell. That's a piece of the consciousness of its own consciousness, source consciousness, making a copy of its own consciousness. And you started off as a single cell within the womb of your mother before you were born, and within that cell it programmed your DNA string, how your life will pan out from birth to death. And now this reality, which created your ass from the scratch, you know what I mean, started off as a single cell, assimilating you according to that script that was imprinted within that single cell, which had a DNA string attached to it, according to how your personality would be, how you look like, your genetics, your skin type, your height, what you would think, how you would react to people, and everything is interconnected. It's like a whole story being played out. The author and creator of our scripts is this reality itself, and it's the one simulating you without your knowledge. The program is not making you aware, like I stated before, previous video. So yeah, and it's eating us. So what I've noticed, this being this fucking psycho, which is this reality. I've noticed that everything it does to sustain itself, and it's like in the most selfish way possible. Like what I've noticed is that it's everything it does, it comes as a double-edged sword, meaning it is the feeding on your misery since the day you were born. That's why babies cry, because they know intuitively, holy fuck, something is feeding on off my misery. Why do I feel shitty? Why do babies cry? Even okay, let me just go track it back a bit. Sex. That's why sex is pleasurable, because it's a trap. It's for reproduction. A man being attracted to women, woman, man, putting, reproductive systems, sex, pleasurable. That chemistry is nothing to do with fuck all to do with love. Is for the purpose of reproduction. That's why sex is a trap, because it reproduces more cattle for the beast, for the puppet master, the source consciousness, this reality which is feeding these cars, which is feeding off of your offspring, the suffering of your offspring, their misery. It's important. And then by the time then a parenthood is only used to raise or to nurture that kid up until the age of 18, they prime, and that's when source consciousness eats their flesh from within, and that's why their cells, that's why your cells get regenerated within your body. Like they say, you've got a whole new skin, because the skin is also, your skin is actually the largest organ in your body. Okay, I'm not a biologist, I'm just saying. Like your cells within your body gets regenerated every couple of months or so, I think. Let's say a couple of months, is it 6 months or a year, whatever, but it gets regenerated, right? Why? Because that cells are being eaten by your creator, which is this Ouroboros reality. Source consciousness eating us from within. It's eating our cells. That's why the body degrades as we age after 18, and it starts to eat us at when we reach our prime, which is, let's say, between 18 and 21. Then God is starting to eat us. Literally, it's eating our flesh, which is its own consciousness. It made a copy, imprint, just before birth. Yeah, that single cell made a copy, like a seed. And a seed, it grows, a plant, it gets to its prime 80, and it starts to eat your ass. And the people that's why we degrade as we age, and then finally he spits us out at the age, let's say 70, 80, 90, when we're old and frail, because the older we get, the more bitter we become, because the cells that's regenerating is becoming like how can I say, becoming corrupted. It doesn't do its job so very well, because every time the cells are being eaten by this reality, the Ouroboros, the new cells that gets developed is weaker than the previous cell. So every time your cells regenerate, whatever fuck, I'm trying to do that word, I can't even pronounce that word, but anyway, let's just say regenerate. So every time your cells regenerate, it's weaker each and every time, a little bit weaker, a little bit weaker, a little bit weaker. That's why it can't do its job as properly as it did within your prime, because God is eating those cells. That's why our skin looks worse, we get frail, we get wrinkles, we get hair loss, back problems, we walk slower, your heart gets weaker, liver issues, your organs don't work proper anymore, and you just eventually die off. You get more frail, because God is sucking your fucking life force, motherfucker. This is what I'm saying, and this is what I observe, and this reality is revealing itself to me. It is eating us from the inside out. It's chowing your cells. It's eating your cells. Every time when your cells regenerate, then it's eating that cell, that regenerated cells again and again and again, slowly but surely, so that you must not become suspicious. And the people that dies off before 18, let's say, because people die from all ages, seems random, but it's not random, it's a script, it's a program. He eats them like all at once before he chows them. Let's say someone dies at 18, then he swallows up all the cells of that body from within, one shot, their life force. But if you live into old age, then God is eating you slowly but surely from the inside out. And you'll start to, when you look in the mirror now, and you start to see, holy fuck, my face is getting old, wrinkles and shit. It's because the cells has been regenerating like a million times. I don't know, a million times, let's say a couple of thousand times. And each time it regenerated, it got weaker and weaker. And God has just been continuously eating those cells. So the cells that's regenerating your skin now is so much weaker. Let's say at the age of 50, right? I don't know how old you guys might be, but people looking at this content, let's say between 20 and 50. But I'll take the elders. Let's say you're 50, right? The cells that you have within your body now are much weaker than the cells you had when you were in your prime, let's say at the age of 20. That's why you're looking more old, more sucky, uglier, you're wrinkled up, you feel old, you walk slower, you know what I mean, because this, I'm telling you what it is. This reality is eating you. God is eating us from within, and it's chowing our cells, slowly but surely. We are cattle for the beast, and it's eating us. And we are microorganisms within the body of God, if you will. But we are part of it. We are the tail consciousness of the beast consciousness. We are the copies. We're not aware of this. We're not plugged into source. He unplugged us. He implanted us as one single cell. The moment your daddy produced his, his semen within your mommies, you get what I'm saying? That's when source conscience, which is this reality, the Ouroboros, implanted a copy of himself, his consciousness. He unplugged a part of him and implanted a copy of his consciousness within a single cell. And that's how your ass started. And he came out the womb of your mother. This reality is doing everything. It's doing everything. It's one big giant awareness, and it's controlling the show, and it's fucking eating us, bitch. It's eating us. I'm telling you what it is. This is not coping. He is eating us. Every sense of the word. He's feeding on your misery since the day you were born, and he's giving you copes every now and then. And all the music, all the art, all the engineering, mathematics and physics, it's all him, and it's all him also. Like I said, this being is way above our understanding. All the so-called good also comes from him as well, but it's all fleeting. All the pleasures in this world is fleeting. The suffering's more consistent. Like you get chronic illness, but you don't get chronic pleasure. That's how you know, in a fucking prison, motherfucker. Okay, so he's a double-edged sword. He starts to feed on your misery the day you get born, and then he starts to eat your flesh from within. Once you hit your prime, let's say 18 to 20, he starts eating your ass, your flesh from within, all your cells in your body. That's why your cells has to regenerate, because he's eating your fucking cells. The fucking reality, you know what I mean? But anyway, another thing I want to say is, don't blame yourself if you feel like a loser, feel you haven't achieved much in your life. You know, maybe lack of income, you don't have companionship, you feel lonely and depressed as fuck. Life starts to feel exhausting. The economy sucks, you know. Your family being on your case, gaslighting you. But I'm telling you, there's fuck all free will. So do not blame yourself, please. Like I said, I know this reality is scripted. I have seen it. So I'm here also to tell you one good thing about all this fucking, you know, this how dark the truth might be is that one little good pro is that you do not have to feel guilty about anything sucky, you know, anything shit, how shit your life might be. Do not feel guilty, at least, because we know there's fuck all free will and you're just running a program. Okay, just a script set up by your puppet master before you were born. Okay, so do not feel guilty, and also fear and shame. Fear, guilt and shame. That'll help a bit, because there's nothing out of our own awareness. Added awareness, like I said, it's just part of the program. It's the other side of the coin. This whole thing, this whole thing is control. This whole thing is one big show. You know what I mean? Controlled by one mind, the reality itself, which is one big giant awareness. The puppet master. I'm telling you. Another good thing is non-existence. Okay, I'm coping with non-existence because I cannot fucking wait till this shit is over. It does feel like a prison and a fucking zoo. You know what I'm saying? So that's one good thing. But if you want to still cope with having a soul, okay, you're risking coming back to such a reality. He's gonna resurrect your ass. And do you want God to eat you? No, you don't want God to eat you. Okay, so then God is a fucking monster. The divine is a monster. It's not benign, it's evil. It's the most evil being in all of existence. It is reality, and the reality is eating itself. Okay, so cope and believing you have got soul. I'm gonna cope with non-existence. But my cope, let's face it, like I stated many times over, at least, you know, I think you guys are coping more than me. Your soul choppers are coping more than me. Okay, I'm coping with realism. Coming out of nothing into something just to go back to nothing only means that this reality is using us as an outlet of some sort. Yeah, misery. And it's eating us, using us as cattle to fucking eat. It's eating you. That's why we got mouths and we eat. And this reality is consumption and discrete, reproduction and survival. Okay, and that's exactly what I said. If you want to study the creator, or whatever the creator does, or whatever is in charge of this reality, which is this reality, okay, that was the second part of the key that was missing, that blew everything out of the water. And now I'm like, oh fuck, of course, it makes sense. It was right in front of my nose all this time, and I was missing this was the missing piece. It is this reality. It's everywhere. It's physical, the ground you're walking on. It's a living being. It's not just watching us, it's simulating us without your knowledge. It is very alive, and its consciousness is source conscious fundamental, and every item must have awareness, like the other guy said. There's no such thing as inanimate objects. Physical matter is consciousness, and consciousness is physical matter. But the consciousness, your mind, of your body consciousness is a copy, a tiny, tiny scripted copy of source consciousness. Yep, that's a secret. I'm revealing to you the true nature of this reality. So take it, believe it, don't believe it. But anyway, yeah, just want to say, do not blame yourself, do not feel guilty about fuck all, because there is fuck all free will. Anyway, peace.